Hey there, race fans. Welcome to race number 3 of the Pro GT Supersport Championship. We are out here in Atlanta in the USA today. But before we get started, let's go through the leaderboard and see where the teams are, again in alphabetical order. And so far, it's Chevy leading the competition with 70 points. They'll start from row 10. Nick Halstead, 2 points ahead of Dan Zelos. Then we have Team George with 52 points. They'll be starting from row number 7. Fastest lap to Adam Morgan last time. 2 points behind Bobby Thompson though. Then we have Team Ferrari with 43 points. We had to switch the drivers' names around there. So Aiden Moffat in the right car. 28 points for him, 15 for Rainford, and they'll be starting from row 5. Shelby Ford with 33 points. The Ford outperforming the Shelby so far. Dan Camish with 6 points. Rowbottom with 27, starting from row 4. Then we have the Jaguar team, 50 points in total for them, and they'll be starting from row 6. Nick Hamilton, 2 points ahead of Max Hall with 24. Then we have Team Maserati. That's me and Matt Muttley. We'll be starting from row number 9, second in the competition thus far. 38 points for me and 21 for Matt. Then we have Team Mitsubishi, 18 points collectively for them too. And they'll be starting from row number 2 again. Colin Turkington with 15 points, way ahead of Rob Huff's 3. Nissan then in 25 points. They'll be starting from row 3. Tom Chilton with 12 points, one behind Chris Smiley. So pretty close between those two. Porsche as well, 54 points. Only 2 points between De Leon and Hill, and it's De Leon that's got the lead. Then we have Toyota with 17 points. They'll be starting right up front again in row number 1. Aaron Tyler Smith with 12 points, outscoring Gordon Shedden. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Let's start race number 3 now. Let's get out on track and get the race going. And here we go in Atlanta. It's about to get underway, and away they go. Watch those Mitsubishis. Rob Huff going down the middle. Gordon Shedden and Aaron Tyler Smith moving aside. The Mitsubishi right down the middle and into P1. Aaron Tyler Smith trying to chase Gordon Shedden in P3 with Colin Turkington in the Evo 9 dropping down, or staying in 4th position, chasing Gordon Shedden in that massive Crown Athlete Toyota. It's looking like it's going to be a tough race for the Toyota boys again. Rob Huff out in the lead with the Evo 10. He's going to try to get that car in, or keep that car out in front, because he hasn't been racing as well, or hasn't been getting the results as well as his teammate who is behind him now in the Evo 9. That is Colin Turkington. But Aaron Tyler Smith in the Toyota, him and Gordon Shedden in the 2 GR Gazoo Racing Toyotas are going to definitely need to get some more points on the board. They've been struggling, starting up front for all of the races thus far, so they have got some work to do on the point side of things. But at the moment, Aaron Tyler Smith hanging on nicely with Rob Huff, as Rob Huff comes flying down into the next section of turns. There we go, to the left, to the right, up under the bridge. Aaron Tyler Smith keeping in that slipstream behind the Evo 10. Gordon Shedden behind in the Crown Athlete Toyota. Gordon Shedden is hoping to keep that car up near the front of the pack this time round. Let's see how he does. Rob Huff with the quickest lap of the race, a 1:35.431 in that Evo 10, or the Evo final I think it is, but nonetheless he's in the lead, keeping it nice and neat through the apexes, not leaving any gaps for Aaron Tyler Smith to put the Toyota's nose in. But that Supra is one heck of a quick car, so hopefully this track will be a track that agrees with the setup that Aaron has got on their car at the moment. It's looking like it's working out nicely for Rob Huff at the moment, comfortably in the lead. Aaron Tyler Smith a couple of car lengths behind, with Gordon Shedden in 3rd. Charles Rainford in the Ferrari has moved up into position number 4. He's overtaken the Evo 9, but he's doing pretty well so far as well. He's been out-raced so far by his teammate, but this is going to be a race where he's going to try to change that around. Hopefully he can get that done, get some more points for himself. not only for his team Ferrari, who are not doing too badly in the competition thus far, but Aaron Tyler Smith is definitely putting on the pressure. You can see Shedden in that Crown Athlete Toyota spinning the back end out a little bit with the power going down through the turns, trying to keep ahead of that Ferrari, but keeping it nice and clean. Aaron Tyler Smith chasing Rob Huff. Evo 10 looking really planted through the turns. Aaron Tyler Smith has got his work cut out for him to try to get ahead of that Mitsubishi. Rob Huff looking so comfortable out here today in Atlanta, here in the USA. Car bouncing around a little bit, but nonetheless gripping the road nice and neatly, as you see the cars in the background snaking through behind them. Over the crest, Gordon Shedden still in the mix with the Ferrari close on behind him. Charles Rainford is going to want to get ahead of that Crown Athlete as soon as possible, get some more points for Ferrari. But at the moment, Rob Huff actually doing an amazing job of keeping ahead. He's still got the quickest lap of the race, a faster lap this time round for lap 2, a 1:31.865. I should have said that when he went across the start-finish line, but setting down quite a decent time there. No other car matching that as yet, so it looks like the Evo 10 is going to be one to watch out for. This being quite a track with a lot of turns on it, so it looks like he's more comfortable in these kind of conditions. Long straights maybe not his thing with that car, but we'll see as the competition goes on. It's only race 3, plenty more races to come, but Rob Huff looking comfortable in P1 at the moment. Aaron Tyler Smith also looking like he's pretty comfortable with where the car is at the moment, so we'll see how things start to switch around when they start getting to the pit stops, because that is where things are going to possibly switch around quite a lot. All the cars are on different tyre compounds, or all of the drivers have got access to hards, mediums and softs, so the teams will decide what they want to use, and obviously the different cars have got different engine upgrades, etc., because these are all road cars. So, Aaron Tyler Smith looking down the inside, looks like he may have got this. Rob Huff having to defend, but pushed out to the outside. He's got a quick car, but will he have the legs to keep ahead of the Supra? It looks like he has. Yes, Aaron Tyler Smith has to move back behind him into the slipstream, but it looks like he's looking like he's taking another look down the outside. Yes, he is. It's a side-by-side race, mirror to mirror, and here comes Gordon Shedden down the left-hand side. Wow, no, I did not expect. Gordon Shedden out-maneuvering his teammate back right into first position. 2 overtakes on that straight for the Crown Athlete Toyota, and right into the lead. I thought Charles Rainford was going to overtake him at one stage. It was right up his trumpets, but Aaron Tyler Smith keeps second. Gordon Shedden plants his foot down and does no double overtake, getting first position, and it looks like he's stretching out a lead on Aaron Tyler Smith's Supra at the moment. So, we can see, I'm not sure if Rob Huff has had some kind of issue, but he is dropping down the order. He's down to 4th after leading the race, and we've got a new race, quickest lap of the race, a 1:31.812, which is set by one of the Maseratis. It's Normsy, which is me. So I've set the quickest lap of the race on lap 4, and now it's the 2 Toyotas up front. They started the race up front, got overtaken by the Mitsubishi of Rob Huff, but now they've got their positions back. Gordon Shedden now in first, where he started the race. Aaron Tyler Smith in second, where he started, but we've got a Ferrari in the mix now. Charles Rainford flying down the left-hand side of the track. Very, very quick car that in a straight line, as you can see, right around the outside of Aaron Tyler Smith into second position. And you can see Tyler Smith really not happy with that. A little bit of frustration as he plants his foot down. It looks like we've got a couple of cars going into the pits. Yes, It's Shedden into the pits, as well as the Ferrari, and Aaron Tyler Smith keeps first. Well, he takes first from Gordon Shedden. Different pit stop strategies for the two Toyotas, obviously, with the two different cars. Obviously, the makeup is completely different between the two. So tyre wear, etc., will be different because of how I'm presuming the Crown Athlete will be a lot heavier. But we've got Adam Morgan behind now in the Dodge Hellcat in position number 2. He's obviously proved to be very quick as well on actually snatching the quickest lap of the race on our final race. I thought it was the ZL1 Camaro that had the quickest lap of the race, but he snatched it, did Adam Morgan, on the second to last lap of the race, and got himself an extra point in the championship for the Dodge team. So Adam Morgan, definitely a force to be reckoned with out there, and I was expecting the Dodge Hellcat to maybe not be as good in these twisty races, but he's definitely showing that is not the case. He's got ahead, another lead change, Adam Morgan into first with the Hellcat, Aaron Tyler Smith on the inside, and Morgan kicking the tail end out under power, and into the pits he goes. Aaron Tyler Smith back into first position, staying out for another lap. Will this end up hurting him? I don't know. We'll see later on in the race whether that is going to be a good strategy for him or not. His teammate Gordon Shedden in the Toyota Crown Athlete in 2 laps ago, on lap 5. So yeah, definitely working different strategies, and we'll see what happens after Aaron Tyler Smith goes in, where he ends up coming out of the pits. But he's in first position still, with Colin Turkington behind in the Evo 9. Not too far behind, but you've got Jake Hill behind him in the Porsche 911. They're going to be hungry for some more points too. Porsche used to being up in the top rankings normally, but not having the greatest start for this competition thus far. But at the moment, looking really planted, really focused. Into P2, overtaking the Evo 9 of Colin Turkington, and we've got Jake Hill now looking down the long straight at Aaron Tyler Smith, way ahead of him. But let's see what that Porsche can do on the straights. We've got Turkington in third. Chris Smiley, though, in fourth position. He's driving in the blue Nissan behind, as you can see him coming over the hill just before the shot changed. But Jake Hill in P2. Aaron Tyler Smith leading. There he goes, keeps it out for another lap. Here he comes onto the start-finish straight. Jake Hill has decided to go in as well, and that leaves Daryl DeLeon in the other Porsche, the 918 Spider. I'm not sure if he's pitted, actually. He may have, I'm not sure, but as you can see on pit rows, some of the drivers go for mediums, some of them go for hards, but the majority of them go for the hard compound. Daryl DeLeon in second position with the Porsche 918 Spider. He has made quite a significant gap on Rob Huff already. Well, I can't say on Rob Huff. He overtook the Evo 9. This is the Evo 10 who's come out of the pits in P3. Looking to be a very good race day for Rob Huff at the moment, after not having the greatest start in races 1 and 2 for the Mitsubishis. Out-qualified and out-raced by his teammate in the Evo 9, but looking like he's come into his own on this track today. Daryl DeLeon in second, and he has definitely closed that gap on the Toyota Supra. Aaron Tyler Smith has got his work cut out for him now, with the big Porsche 918 Spider right behind him. Yeah, they come through the chicane area, and they'll power up under the bridge onto the start-finish straight. And Tyler Smith's going in, as is DeLeon, both of them going into the pits. So them both of those drivers taking a pretty long stint out front. Rob Huff goes in, and here's Adam Morgan. I'm not sure if he'll pit now too. We'll see if he goes in or not. Nope, he stays out. Adam Morgan is now going to be the new race leader in the Dodge Hellcat, with Charles Rainford in the Ferrari right behind him. Charles Rainford obviously wanted to get a head up on his teammates, because the other Ferrari has been placing better in the final point standings over him at the moment, but it looks like he's having a better day out here today. Adam Morgan in the lead, Charles Rainford in second, and we have Dan Camish behind them in the Ford Mustang. Adam Morgan leads Charles Rainford's Ferrari right there. Just trying to see, I can't remember if Dan Camish is... Yes, Dan Camish is actually in the Shelby, not the Ford. He's also going to want to get a better result out here today than his teammate did, because he's obviously finished behind his teammate in both of the previous races. So having him out here in third position, competing for a podium on lap 9 is a decent place for him to be. Points wise, everybody obviously running in T points for this competition, so the better they do for the team, the better it is for them on the leaderboard. So we want both drivers in the top 10 in order to get decent points accumulation and get themselves up the competition ranks. But Charles Rainford seems to be closing the gap on Adam Morgan through the section there. The Ferrari looking to be a lot more easy to handle through the twisty sections of the track. You'll watch the back end of that Hellcat, just like the Fords actually. The Ford and the Shelby are also having a little bit of trouble trying to keep the tyres from spinning out underneath the car. Just lots of torque in the bends. You've got to be really cautious about where you get the power down. So you can see the Hellcat sliding slightly as he comes out of the turn. There he is again, drifting it out. It really does look good for spectator value, but not so good for the driver and the tyres. But Adam Morgan keeping an easy lead so far. A couple of car lengths between him and Rainford, but Rainford should not be discounted on those straights. The Ferrari has proven itself to be absolutely lightning quick on those longer straights. Under the bridge, and it looks like Rainford is going in. Yes, he is. And Jake Hill back in the mix up front, and so is the Maserati, driven by me. Fastest lap of the race still, 131.812 for the Maserati. That'll be great if Matt and I can get the points, the additional points. But Jake Hill proving to be rather difficult to get ahead of. The Porsche really nicely balanced as a car in general. Porsches are like that, but the Maserati, lots and lots of power. So you've got to be pretty careful with it, because it likes to bite back if you don't play nicely. It's Jake Hill drops to third as I move into P2 with the Maserati chasing Adam Morgan now. And hear the roar of that V8 of the Hellcat as it gets on the power down the straights. Adam Morgan quite a way up ahead of the Maserati. I'm not sure where Matt is in the mix of things at the moment, but he's not on the leaderboard, as you can see, so he's somewhere between 9th and 20th at the moment. But Obviously, pit stops still to happen for some drivers, and some of them on 2-stop strategies and others on 1. But oh, a bit of a hairy moment there for the Maserati. Managed to keep it though. Barely held that car in check. Adam Morgan stays ahead, but the gap is closing. And Jake Hill hanging in the back there with the Porsche. A very narrow call. Narrowly missed a penalty going over that curve. That was very, very close to being an infringement. It's Adam Morgan now with the Maserati all up on his tailpipes, and the pressure is on, and the Porsche is closing in as well. Jake Hill is definitely going to be making a move here too. You can see how quick he is through the bends, as opposed to these two big muscle cars with the big V8s. He's managed to get to the slipstream behind me. Here we go. The race is on now. P1, Adam Morgan. P2, Normsy. P3, Jake Hill. It's Dodge, Maserati, Porsche. In P1, 2 and 3, Adam Morgan leading the way though. Ooh, getting a little bit too vigorous on the throttle. Everybody stays out. It's lap number 12, going into lap number 13, and into the lead. Whoops. I don't know what the cameraman's doing. Hopping onto Gordon Shedden, who's in last position at the moment. Obviously, fuel stops still need to happen for certain drivers, so that will obviously change. But another very close call there. That looked like it might have been a penalty. Let's just have a look and see. Oh, it is a penalty. Normsy with a penalty. That's me. Off the racing line, letting it tick away. Adam Morgan gets past because of it. Jake Hill, though, not able to get past, but shuts that gap down significantly. Just trying to play the corners too tight. Jake Hill definitely having a look down the outside there, putting the pressure on. As I try to put the pressure on Adam Morgan. Go for the undercut, but the Porsche's there. Slight contact with Jake Hill. He backs off. Maserati goes up ahead of him. Tried to get that slipstream on that Dodge Hellcat, but it is absolutely immensely fast on the straights. We'll have to try to see if we can get him through the corners. That is where he really seems to be struggling at the moment. As you can see, he's sliding the back end all over the place. Back into P1 we go. The Dodge into the pits. Jake Hill behind us in the Porsche. Getting slightly sideways as he comes down the hill. You can see Adam Morgan dropping down the order now as the cars pass him while he's in the pits. He's still got 48% of his fuel, so he's just probably going to be topping up just enough to finish the race. But it's Nick Halstead now with the quickest lap of the race. He's in P3 at the moment. That is the Camaro ZL1. He's going to be out for blood in this race because he had the quickest lap of the race up until the second to last lap in our last race, until it was stolen from him by the Dodge Hellcat driver. So Halstead is definitely going to be on the hunt. There we go, Maserati up front, Jake Hill in second. Jake Hill in second with the Porsche, but he's got a really good launch out of the turn. And he speeds past into P1, dropping me down into position number 2. As he comes down towards the chicane area. Hot on the brakes, he takes it wide. I slip around the outside, trying to get the inside on the next turn. Hill's definitely got a better angle of it. He's going into the pits. Oh. I went wide. Got spun out in pit row by Jake Hill. Totally my fault though. not watching the fuel situation. And he got a penalty for hitting the wall as well. Contact with the driver and hitting the wall. 1.457 seconds of penalty. So as soon as I get out of pit row, I'm going to need to get off the racing line and let that count down. But at the moment, I'm already down to P16. Here we go. There's that penalty, 1.457 seconds. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have to get off the power at a low speed coming out of the pits with lots of other cars bearing down on you from the rear. There we go, and it's counted down, and we're back into position number 12. What what is a harsh set of circumstances, but if you make the mistakes, you've got to pay the penalties. And at the moment, Daryl De Leon is right up in the lead with the Porsche 918 Spider again, after many of the drivers have gone into the pits for their pit stop. It's lap 15, and we're about to... Oh wow, look at Chris Smiley in that in the Nissan, the Silvia, the Calsonic Silvia. Man, that was one quick overtake to the turn. But looks like he's going into the pits. Yes, he is. So he's able to get ahead of Daryl De Leon for a brief few seconds before having to go into the pits. So I'm not sure where he's going to end up, but it's not going to be anywhere near the front. But it looks like at the moment we've got both Porsches out front, and this is definitely going to be the final lap. It's a 25-minute timed race, so 25 minutes is about to run out. As you can see on the timer there, 5 seconds left. So whoever finishes first is going to take the 20 points. And it looks like it's going to be this man, Daryl De Leon. A great race for the Porsches. Both Porsches up front. P1 and 2 so far. And we're on the final lap. Lap number 16, the final lap. Daryl De Leon leading the race in the 918 Spider for Porsche, Team Porsche. And behind him, his teammate, Jake Hill, in the 911 Porsche. This is going to be a great points day for the Porsche boys. Jake Hill exiting the turn behind his teammate, and Nick Halstead still holding the quickest lap of the race, a 1:31.750. But we're going to have to keep an eye on that and make sure that we are giving the quickest lap of the race to the roll. Whoa! Jake Hill has just overtaken Daryl De Leon. That is going to maybe switch things around on the scoreboard between these two drivers. De Leon was obviously ahead of his teammate up until now, but we'll see what that means on the scoreboard. But it's Jake Hill first, Daryl De Leon second, Adam Morgan in third, then Charles Rainsford. Wow, managed to make up all the way into 5th position. Then Daniel Rowbottom in 6th, Zelos 7th, Nick Halstead 8th, Rob Huff coming through in position number 9. Then Max Hall, Chris Smiley, Colin Turkington, Bobby Thompson, Nick Hamilton. Wow. Not the best of races for Maserati. I'm not sure what happened with that pit stop, but I think I'd missed the pits and come back in. I was ahead of the Porsche, but obviously came in from the side. Got smashed by the Porsche, that causing a penalty for collision with another vehicle and then collision with the fence. So, but Jake Hill wins, Daryl De Leon second, Adam Morgan in third, Charles Rainford in fourth. I came in 5th. Daniel Rowbottom 6th, Dan Zelos in 7th, Nick Halstead 8th, Rob Hupp in 9th, Max Hall in 10th, Chris Smiley 11th, Colin Turkington 12th, Bobby Thompson 13th, Nick Hamilton 14th, Aaron Tyler Smith in 15th, Dan Camish in 16th, Tom Chilton 17th, Gordon Shedden in 18th, Matt Muttley in 19th, and Aidan Moffat finishing up last today for the Ferrari team. But that's it for us today, guys. So drive safely, take care. We'll see you in race 4.